We are moving into the NCAA as the college football playoff rankings for the third week have been released, and they are the same as last week, so it's kind of disappointing. 1 through 4 is LSU, Ohio State, Clemson, and Georgia, with the 5 and 6 seeds being Alabama and Oregon, respectively. This one I still disagree with. I'm okay with the top 3, but Alabama, even with their one loss, should be in there over Georgia, as Alabama's loss was to a number 1 ranked LSU team, while Georgia lost to South Carolina, who sucks this year. So if we're talking about one-loss teams and strength of schedule, strength of losses, there's no reason that Alabama should be out of the top 4 right now. What do you think?
Um, yes and no. I think that Alabama is going to be a little weaker now without Tua. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes. But right now, I like Georgia at number 4. LSU exposed Alabama where they were lacking in,
Mm-hmm.
and Alabama's sitting out, and I'm very happy with that. Like I said last week, they need to take a break.
No,
Because
I'm
they're just
okay.
like the Patriots, and
Yeah,
they
see,
win all the time.
I'm okay with not with Alabama not being in there as a fan of just being tired of Alabama. But I think if I'm going to the perspective of a player, and the coach, and if I'm on the committee, for the playoff selection committee, I think that Alabama deserves a 4th spot more than Georgia does. But of
I just
course,
hate the playoff, man.
14 playoff sucks. Make it 8, please. You get
Yeah,
the Power 5 conferences, the conference champion.
Oregon,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Conference champion for the Power 5, automatic bid. Then you have 3 at-large bids that the committee fights over. It's easy. It's easy.
uh, I mean, that just would make them more money. I feel like too in the
It
long
would make
run.
more
More
money. It would make more sense. It'd be better for the teams. Who?
competition, or more incentives for the players to play hard and the coaches to coach.
Oh yeah, because right now in college football, every game matters until you lose one, and then nothing else does. So this would actually kind of make every game matter a little more, even for the one-loss teams. It's easy.
Exactly.
It's so easy to do this. The NCAA is just a bunch of old-time schmucks that don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I'm surprised they're not acting on that. I mean, they love to make money off the players.
Right? That's what I'm saying. That's what we're about to talk about. But for an organization that loves to make money, they're really not helping themselves out and not make as much money as they can. Baffles me. Oh, man. But speaking of money, though, couple actual stories from the NCAA that I want to talk about before we close out this week's show. First person I want to talk about is Chase Young, the D end, who's actually in the Heisman talks. He's supposed to be probably a top 5 draft pick, if not top 3. He's been blowing teams out of the water with his performances this year. Chase Young, D end for the Ohio State. But so just a couple weeks ago, he was suspended for 2 weeks by Ohio State due to a possible NCAA violation, and this violation is from him accepting a loan from a family friend in order to fly his girlfriend out to a bowl game. He did pay the loan back in full, but this is still an NCAA violation. This honestly doesn't make any sense to me. At least Ohio State didn't need him for those 2 games, as they're just playing Maryland, who they blew out, and Rutgers, who they also blew out. Not even teams anymore. But man, I just don't like the NCAA. I thought this was stupid as fuck. That you can't take a loan, you can't pay back a loan as an athlete, and be. I don't know why. Why is that not okay, Blake? Can you see any reason in this?
Yeah, that's pretty weird, to be honest. The whole situation is just really weird.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, another thing, like kind of we were talking about the Miles Garrett situation. You gotta know your boundaries, like what you can and cannot do, and that's definitely something that's going to raise a red flag. And so he
Mm-hmm.
needs to know not to do anything of that nature. If she really wants to come out and see him, shit, let her figure out a way to get out there and see him. He's on his grind right now. He can't. if he can't make that happen, that shouldn't be on him. That should be on her. If you really want to see him, find a way to get out there. Take a bus.